Chairman Franklin, Ranking Member Amo, Chairman Babin, and Ranking Member Lofgren. Thank you for inviting GAO to discuss our work on federal efforts to ensure the cybersecurity of our nation's water and wastewater systems. Our nation increasingly depends on computer-based information systems and data to execute fundamental operations and to process and maintain crucial information throughout our nation's infrastructure. In parallel with this growth, cyber-based intrusions and attacks on infrastructure systems by malicious actors are becoming more common and more disruptive. Since 2003, GAO has identified the cybersecurity of critical infrastructure as a key component of our cybersecurity high-risk area and an area in need of focused executive and congressional attention. As part of our reporting on this issue, we have also found that threats to the national infrastructure are on the rise, including cyber attacks that increasingly pose risks to the systems that manage the clean and safe water essential for modern life in the U.S. economy. However, the challenges in ensuring the water sector's security are complex. Composed of almost 170,000 drinking water and wastewater systems of varying sizes and ownership types, water has critical dependencies with other infrastructure sectors such as food and agriculture, energy, healthcare and public health, and critical manufacturing. Further, water infrastructure is often physically dispersed, covering large geographic areas with distribution and collection networks connected to centralized facilities. As a result, the failure of any of these systems can lead to service disruptions that harm public health or the environment. To efficiently manage this sprawling infrastructure, most systems rely on technology that provides remote control of pumps, pipes, and other physical water management equipment. These facilities also incorporate electronic networks used to link monitoring and control systems for water distribution and treatment. However, much of this physical infrastructure and its controlling technologies require modernization, and in many cases across the sector, equipment is reaching the end of its design life. As a result, the connectivity between these outdated technologies makes water systems more vulnerable to cyber attack, with each unsecured connection representing a potential point of access for a threat actor. But system operators also face other related challenges in reducing electronic vulnerabilities. Our work has found varying levels of cybersecurity capabilities across the sector, cyber workforce shortages, and limited resources to address these issues. Further, as owner-operators navigate effective responses to these challenges, it has become less clear what leadership role the federal government plans to take. As the designated sector risk management agency for the water sector, the Environmental Protection Agency is responsible for coordinating sector activities such as incident management, supporting sector risk management, and sharing information. In this regard, and to their credit, EPA and its federal and non-federal partners have taken key actions to improve water sector cybersecurity, such as completing a risk assessment and management plan, regularly issuing alerts and advisories, conducting sector outreach and coordination, carrying out research and development, and distributing guidance and best practices. In addition, federal agencies also provide technical assistance and tools to help the sector identify and mitigate cyber vulnerabilities. However, the federal role in infrastructure security is changing. The current administration has stated that it will increasingly defer to state and local governments to take the lead in infrastructure protection, but has not yet provided details on this departure from the federal government's historical role. Further guidance from the administration will be important to help sector stakeholders manage this change and better understand their cybersecurity expectations and responsibilities. In closing, attacks on our nation's water-related resources threaten the continuity and integrity of these essential systems, and never has there been a greater need to ensure that these vital systems have the appropriate direction, guidance, and resources needed to ensure their security. By taking these actions, we can better position our nation's critical infrastructure to successfully defend itself against the growing and ever-present cybersecurity threat. Mr. Chairman, this concludes my statement. Thank you.